Hey guys, welcome to this very special video. This is a YouTube exclusive. We have to talk about Becky Lynch because, of course, a bombshell was dropped on Raw this week. Becky Lynch is pregnant. Not only that, she is leaving WWE. I mean, it makes sense. You can't really have a baby mid-match. So she is leaving WWE to go and have the baby. She was very emotional, which you can understand. But there's so much to talk about because where does the women's division go from here? Like, who's going to face Asuka next? Could Ronda return? How's Ronda feeling about it? Because I'm sure Ronda would love to get her hands on Becky. So how is Ronda feeling about it? But also, what was your take on it? Did you see the segment?
I did not see the segment. No. The first time I found out was when I got an email from my Bud Wrestling Days saying Becky is pregnant. And I was like, whoa, cool. Good for her. Congrats. I'm excited. We'll see where this goes. She's a Pearl Jam fan. I'm a Pearl Jam fan. Maybe the baby will be into Pearl Jam too.
What people need to know is that if anything happens with Becky Lynch, the first thing I do is send an email to Tommy Toy Travels. It's a thing that we've had over the years. So, whenever she's had a match and she's won or lost, the first thing I'll do is I'll send an email, send it to Tommy. So some people watching might think it's weird I've emailed him that Becky is pregnant. It's just that it's part of our relationship, So, I mean, you won't have seen then. She, I've got to tell you how the segment went, right? So she comes down to the ring. Asuka wins Money in the Bank this year, right? Spoiler. So Asuka wins Money in the Bank. She gets the top, gets the briefcase, celebrates with the briefcase. Love Asuka. Shout out to you. So Becky comes down on Raw with the briefcase, and she doesn't have the belt. And everyone's like, okay, what's this? We knew there was a big announcement, but we didn't know why has she got the briefcase. That's Asuka's. So she gets into the ring, puts the briefcase down onto this table, gold cloth, classy. Put the briefcase down. And she said that she needs to go away for a while. There's a mixture of joy and sadness. And she actually spoke to WWE officials about upping the stakes for Money in the Bank. Asuka's music hits. Asuka comes down. She is livid, right? She wants to know why Becky has got her briefcase and all of this. And she's like ranting and raving and everything. And Becky's like, all right, calm down, right? This is yours, and it's still yours, but let me finish. I asked them to up the stakes, and when she opens the briefcase, the Women's Championship is inside, and it was inside last night as well. And she says, you didn't win the briefcase, Asuka. You won the championship. And she forfeits the title, and Asuka's like, I'm the champion. And Becky's like, yes. And Asuka celebrates, and she does a star jump off the ring. She runs around the ring. She's like, I'm the champion! Running around. Now, I was watching this going, okay, Asuka, I'm a massive fan. Stop. Because right now, we don't know what's happening. Becky could be on the verge of retiring. I don't know what's happening. I'm genuinely concerned for what Becky is about to say. Because she was getting so upset that it's like she can't be just going away for a few months. I was genuinely concerned, but instead we're watching Asuka dancing on the commentary table with the belt, and it felt so inappropriate. Finally, Asuka goes back to the ring, and she's still celebrating. And Becky looked at her and said, you're going to make a great champion. You go off and be a champion. I'm going to go off and be a mother. And she just broke down into tears, and Asuka's like, Mother Becky, and she gives her a big hug, and it's a really nice moment and everything. So, apart from having minor heart attacks whilst we didn't know actually what was happening, the fact the belt was in the briefcase all that time, the way that it was done, the way it was very impactful. So you've got Becky elated. And of course, we all know that she's engaged to Seth Rollins. We see Seth Rollins later in the show. He is absolutely a wreck. His hair is disheveled. He's got a bit of a dad bod already. Clearly, he hasn't been working out the past couple of days. He seems to have got a bit of a dad bod. He just kind of slowly comes down. during the tag match, he like just stares in the distance, standing on the edge of the ring. Just he's absolutely decimated. And people are saying, like, is this because of the pregnancy announcement, or is this because he lost to Drew? Now, I think it's because he lost to Drew at Money in the Bank. But I do think it's designed to get people asking that question. It's honestly, like, as storytelling goes, it's quite intriguing. Maybe a bit disrespectful as well, I'm not sure. But there's all these memes of, like, Becky, when she finds out she's a mother, like, crying tears of joy. Seth, when he finds out he's a father. It does make me laugh. It does make me laugh. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on this? It's very unusual for someone to be going away due to pregnancy, but very cool as well. You know, this is the modern world.
Yeah, I will say that it's nice of her to get a break. I know a lot of people have been wanting wrestling to give wrestlers seasons so that they can rest their body. And even though this is not going to be her resting her body, it's going to be hopefully her resting her mind and starting a new chapter in her life. I'm sure she's concerned. I'm sure Seth is concerned. I'm sure Seth is upset that he's going to be away from his buddy because, you know, they're both wrestlers. They both have the same job. But if he's going to be there and she's not, it's going to be a shame. Well, not a shame. It's going to be. It's not going to be as fun as for him. And it's the type of thing where it's like, I know you said what's going to happen, what's going to happen with this division. I don't know. And in the time this is taking place as well, where everything is all unknowns, it's just like, gosh, perfect timing. Let's roll with this. And because I can't predict what's going to happen because the ratings are falling. And if they keep falling, things are going to happen. So I don't even know if it's relevant to talk about what will happen because Becky isn't going to be there anymore. But I digress. Let's just stick to Becky. I think it'll be interesting and give some other people a chance to shine. Although, will they shine as bright as Becky was able to? I don't know.
Do you know, that's a really good point because you're right. How can you look at the future? Because we don't even know when there's going to be crowds coming back. So you're absolutely right. How can we sit here and go, well, yeah, this opens a big opportunity for blah, 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 Liv Morgan now and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, you're right. I do wonder if they might call someone up from NXT to replace her. That was something I was thinking about because you would think now there's a vacancy, a spot for someone. I know they recently called up Bianca Belair, but I don't know, maybe we could see Io Shirai or someone coming up from NXT. In regards to someone shining as bright as Becky, I mean, Becky was never meant to shine as bright as what Becky did. I was never a big Becky fan. I'm going to go on record as to saying that. I respected what she achieved, but I was never a big Becky fan because I always felt that Asuka was the better in-ring talent. I always felt that if Asuka was given the ball, she would always deliver better matches. I'm a wrestling fan because I love the matches. I love the psychology and all of that. And yeah, characters. But come on, Asuka's a pretty big character as well. So, you know, it's one of those. People like Becky, people like Asuka, people like Charlotte. Well, not many people like Charlotte, but there's people that like Charlotte. People like botches. So, you know, there's people that like Nia Jax. So there's lots of, you know, different fans out there. And I was just never that into Becky because I was more into Asuka. But I think if Ronda comes back, I think that you know, if Ronda comes back at the end of the year, has a good run, gets some, you know, matches under her belt, and then Becky comes back maybe for next year's WrestleMania, and we could do Becky Ronda at next year's WrestleMania. I think now her being away for a little while is actually going to make that a bigger match. If she was here all along, I think that you get overexposure. Do you know what I mean? You get used to people. Whereas with her going away for a while, you're going to have that, oh, Becky's back. You're going to have that enthusiasm. And Ronda's there. And I could see that being huge. I mean, that could be your main event, easy. Ronda versus Becky could be the main event of WrestleMania 37. Maybe the baby on a pole, I don't know. It's really interesting because there's so many different angles. I mean, Vince must be fuming. I mean, the ratings suffering as there are, the last thing he needs is to lose Becky right now. So they did show like him and Becky backstage, and he was giving her a hug and everything. So, but I bet inside he's like, oh, I hate you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't you talk to me either, Seth. Look at what you've done. So let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. I undeniably we're all happy for Becky, but what happens now? What happens with Liv? I think Liv has got a big opportunity. I think that Asuka obviously is going to need a challenge. I could see Asuka turning face, and maybe we get Asuka versus Shayna Baszler or something like that. And obviously with Ronda maybe coming back. And I do think the Seth thing is about Drew, so I'm not going to focus on that too much. But it was pretty funny stuff. So yeah, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you for watching this little YouTube exclusive, and join us every Friday on YouTube for brand new episodes of the Wrestling Escape Pod. Bye for now.